Jen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody who has been thinking about how things have gone off course from what they were hoping as far as a friendship group or a family or even a relationship. We have this garden card, and I feel like it's what this person was envisioning or hoping was going to work out for them. And then we have the mice card, which talks about loss. So this dream that they had of things working out, it's not looking like it's very realistic anymore. And so that loss is something that they're finally accepting or facing, even if after it happened, they've just been kind of trying to distract themselves or escape from it. All right, so let's call in spirit with a little bit of moonshine time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com, and it's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. There's additional shorts and videos and member live streams. So yeah, thank you to the current members. I think we need to go with the situations deck and see what else about this loss this person is feeling. So what is this? The connected card just came out, but it was upside down for me. So I do feel like this is about someone who seems disconnected or doesn't have the support that they once had. Financial support. Bounty hunter. Single. So someone had this vision of things going a certain way as far as who was in their inner circle or how their life was going to go. It does feel to me like this could also be about finances. This could be a person who's going through a divorce or moving out. But the fact that they are single is making them have to, I think, work in maybe work overtime, not double time, maybe both. Because this is someone who feels like now their finances are more difficult. This could be because they're leaving the relationship or someone left them, but I do feel this person is on the hook for some sort of additional financial stresses. Hello, Kumar. How are you doing? Hello, Bruno. What's up? So we've got, wow, they really want that one. Okay. Offer on the table, come together, realization, and divine feminine. So now that there's something more final with regards to a separation, if that's, somebody's moving out or there's actual divorce papers or there's a child custody agreement in place, this means that someone has to just kind of accept that maybe reconciliation is not going to happen, and they're starting to look at that ex-partner of theirs in a different light. Maybe fully understanding now what this person brought to the table because they're no longer able to partner with that person. We have Archangel Michael and happiness. I feel like there is one person in this situation who's feeling happier about the next chapter than the other. And it could have swapped, right? It could have been initially one person was very determined to, cause problems or feel disconnected or say that the relationship wasn't working. But then when the reality of that relationship ending hits them, it gets a little bit more emotional because, they didn't really think about the long term. Hello, Hardly, how are you doing? Hello, Mr. Steves. What's up? Hello, Devin. How are you doing? See, the card came back out. Okay, so this is someone who's feeling like they've chosen the wrong path as far as who they want to be connected to. Now, this could mean that we had somebody who was stepping out on a relationship, or it could just mean that this was somebody who was very dismissive or avoidant, not willing to have that emotional connection with their partner, and now they're finding that it's really actually quite sad to go without that connection. So they're feeling frustrated, and it's more difficult than other battles in the past because they feel like they caused this for themselves. That's interesting. Why did they cause it for themselves? We're gonna go with the Masonic Tarot. Just a reminder that in the Masonic Tarot, the mallets are associated with earth signs, so that would be pentacles, and gold is associated with fire. It's a little bit confusing. Hello, Jameson. How are you doing? So we've got Six of Swords in the reverse, Two of Cups in the reverse, Ace of Swords in the reverse. Be careful what you wish for. I think this could be somebody who is trying to manipulate a partner. This could be somebody who was unwilling to admit what they were doing or not doing regarding the health or the progression of the relationship, or how they demonstrated their love for that partner. Whether or not that was being emotional or communicative or reliable or helping out around the house, whatever it might be. We have someone now realizing the full implications of a breakup and being upset over the loss. So is this the person who like started the breakup? King of Gold, which is the King of Fire, or King of Wands in the reverse, High Priestess, and the Seven of Cups. So there was a secret that the King of Wands in the reverse had kept for a while from their partner. And with the High Priestess in the reverse, they felt pretty crafty, being able to only give certain information. So this could be someone who breadcrumbs, or, you know, if they lie, they might tell you a little bit of it and then feel like they confessed. But in general, they are looking to hide what they've done, not honest about their intentions. And I don't get it though. Like, why would they be so like, I'm okay to walk away from this if they really weren't? The Empress and the Page of Swords. Okay, so this could have been an ultimatum. I feel like we have the King of Wands in the reverse with this Empress, because we did have the Divine Feminine, right? Do not let that be too much of a focus for you. In the tarot, we do have things like kings and queens and empresses and emperors, but this is energy that I'm reading, not physicality. This is saying that the more loving and patient, the one who is a little bit more in tune with their emotional side, is this Empress, and likely the person who is doing better in the aftermath of the breakup, because they have the ability to rely on their intuition and probably have a little bit more of a reliable support system. This is someone who feels like they did right by the relationship. They did what they could. But this King of Wands in the reverse, I feel like there was something here where either they had an ultimatum and the Empress was like, nah, I'm good on that. Or the Empress was like, I really need to know like the whole truth, and if you don't tell me the whole truth, then I'm gonna leave. And this King of Wands in the reverse was like, oh, okay, I'll give you like 50% of the truth. We call it good. How does that work for you? But the Empress knew that they were not. It might have been one of those like, I ask you a question, I already know the answer. We'll see how you do. This person did not do well. But there's this like stubbornness, this like, okay, we'll see what you do. I don't think you'll actually walk away, you know? Hello, Danny, how are you doing? Hello, Matt. Hello, Declan, how are you doing? Hey, thanks. Hello, Jared, how are you doing? So look, we've got somebody here who is now realizing that what they signed up for, or what they thought would be a good solution, why don't you just leave me alone then, or why don't you just go away? Now they're wishing they could take back their words and have their previous life back. Like, can you just stop being mad at me and like do my laundry again? There is this desire to figure out, like, what would have happened if I had done what I should have, or if I had done right by that ultimatum. I'm not usually a fan of ultimatums, but maybe in this case it was necessary because we have somebody who is so secretive. Hello, Lisa. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. I think I've seen you before, but just in case you don't know, I just do the personal questions after the general reading, which is probably in about 20 minutes. But I will put your name, you would be at the first, and I will do your question at that point. General reading about work and family. Alrighty. I've got that added. Awesome. Hello, Mart. How you doing today? Let's get a different tarot deck, shall we? We're going to go with the Santa Muerte. All right. What else do we need to know about this person who is now apparently single? They seem to be doing all right, right? We had, initially this was problematic, but the Empress is able to find balance. And there's also some truth that the Empress has regarding the King of Wands in the reverse, that perhaps the King of Wands thought that they were able to keep secret. We have the Three of Wands and the Eight of Cups. There's a message that was left behind or observed, or there was a conversation that was maybe heard when nobody else expected there to be another person there, right? So this has got somebody thinking about whether or not it was really that big of a deal to lose this relationship. The Empress feels like they can't trust this King of Wands in the reverse. So even if there was this kind of idyllic or heavenly honeymoon stage for them, if it was a facade and if this person is really just an illusion, the Empress doesn't want any part of it. So there's some truth here, and I'm not sure the King of Wands really fully owned up to it, but the Empress was able to find some sort of proof. Sounds good, Lisa. What else do we have? The Devil. And the Four of Wands in the reverse. So this King of Wands in the reverse likely was talking to or flirting with someone they shouldn't have, or maybe this has to do with finances, or even just like good old-fashioned behavior, you know? If you make a promise to somebody that you're going to stop, insert an addiction here, and then you don't, that lying about that situation only compounds the problem to begin with. So there's something here where it's like, yeah, I know you were trying to keep all these little secrets, but at the end of the day, I did figure out what you were up to. And when I asked you about it, you didn't tell me the truth. So this is someone who really kind of like, they're the only one that can really be blamed in this situation, because it does come through as the Empress having been very patient with this King of Wands and giving them the opportunity to be honest, and they chose not to. So the Empress walks away, Five of Pentacles. Because I already know what the secrets are. I found out, or at least one of them. Maybe I don't know all of them. And you weren't willing to be honest about that. So I'm going to choose my values and my principles. I'm going to know that long term, I want to be with somebody that I can trust. And that's not this King of Wands in the reverse. They would rather cause drama and keep me at a distance. So Five of Swords is someone who's not willing to give in when they've been caught, right? You ever ask somebody if they were lying or being honest with you, and then they just like double down and you're like, but I saw what happened. This is someone who doesn't seem to be all that concerned about whether or not somebody knows the truth. They're just gonna lie anyways. And it probably does have to do with something financial. At the very least, the financial consequences of this separation or divorce feel very heavy for the King of Wands in the reverse. They may not be able to handle the bills that they have or, you know, find a new place. This is someone who's going through a lot of instability and frustration right now because they were not willing to take seriously that their partner might actually leave them if they were not honest. So, seems like a lot of upheaval. Perhaps we'll see the Tower come out at some point, but we did already see the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, which makes sense. King of Pentacles in the reverse is followed by Justice in the reverse and the Ace of Wands. It kind of feels like someone in this King of Wands life is saying, I don't know what you expected as far as an outcome. You made these choices. You knew that you shouldn't, or you were being deceitful or elusive, secretive. What did you expect from that? And this person might might not be taken seriously or might actually get through to this King of Wands, but there seems to have been some ability to delude themselves as much as they were trying to create illusions for others, that they would be able to continue to get away with this and not get caught. Hello, Free, how you doing? Hello, Megan, what's going on? Well, we've got the Hanged Man, Princess or Page of Swords in the reverse, and another King of Pentacles in the reverse. Definitely not financially prepared to be single or take on all these responsibilities on their own, but it does seem to me that they may be realizing that this Empress has some information or receipts. So this could mean that our King of Wands / King of Pentacles in the reverse is starting to think, maybe I need to actually be honest about what happened instead of digging in my heels and trying to make it seem like I'm like totally nice and perfect and nothing bad happened. Maybe I do have to be honest here. I don't know if I can trust this. I feel like this is maybe what was said to the Empress, right? Okay, yeah, I did do that. But did they give the full? No. Chariot in the reverse. They didn't give the whole truth. They were like just trying to mislead. You know, oh, you got that information. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let me tell you what really happened. They still don't tell you the whole thing. This person's infuriating. High Priestess, the problem is you already know what happened, or you already know the truth. You got some sort of proof. Someone told you what happened. And this King of Wands did not expect that. So they feel like they can continue to keep things secretive. But instead, what they end up doing is causing the end of their relationship. It's like, no. I'm already at the point where I'm ready to walk away. And if you choose to lie again, then it's like just confirmation for me that you don't really want to be in an honest relationship. On location as family, continue as now or move back to previous location. Absolutely. Thank you, Pri. Continue as now or move back to previous location. Awesome. I've added that for you. Thank you, Pri. Hey, Lemonade, how are you doing today? Hello, Karen. This is a collective reading. I do have on my channel page, I have a playlist section, and you can find an all signs playlist there. And I did do one for, I did, I don't know if I put that in a playlist, actually. I did do readings for like water signs, fire signs, earth signs for 2026 as well. All right, let's get some Kipper. Hey, Bestie Tiana, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day. All right, so we've got main male and thief. mature man. So again, this is why we don't have to worry too much about these genders, right? Because this mature individual is our Empress. The person here seems to have some knowledge, right? After all, if you have a globe in your room, you are clearly an intelligent person. See how smart they look? You guys, it's working for me too, right? Just tell me it is. I feel like there is some evidence of money missing or lying about how money has been spent. And it could be that for some of you, that money is spent on a habit or behavior that was discussed as needing to stop, or this is regarding a person that they were not supposed to be talking to. So probably an actual receipt, right? What else do we have? And when presented with this question or asked to explain something, this King of Wands displays very little concern. Doesn't seem to be like worried that they've been caught or anything. They're just like, no, it's fine. I'm pretty sure that that relationship won't end. That person won't leave me. They'll just deal with it. The difference is that maybe there's some money coming in. It could be someone's about to get a nice paycheck. Someone's about to inherit some money. I feel like there is this preservation or protection of what is mine. I'm not going to share it with somebody who doesn't want to be honest with me, especially if it involves how they spend money. Then it's like when this money comes through from whatever it is, really big sale I closed or whatever it is, this person's like, I don't think I want to be able to, I don't want that person to have that, you know? Oh, I'm so glad. Is it first day? All right, let's see what else we've got. This is the Energy Oracle. What else? Man holding a coin. And community. Interesting, because this, I would say, is the Energy Oracle's version of the garden. Do you see? I mean, obviously the garden doesn't have people in it, but there's some similarity, right? The little pillars. I hope those ladies have some sort of cover though, because like otherwise, you know, like get rained on or something. This has a nice little, what do they call it, like a portico? What is that, you guys? This is about the group of people that somebody has in their life. We could have some interest in what happened in this relationship. Why are y'all like breaking up? Like who did what? We could have some folks that thought that they were seeing someone who was single who really is not, or thought that they were seeing somebody who was going to be able to provide for them financially without realizing that this is actually somebody who is spending their partner's money. There's some frustration here that now that this relationship is ending and I'm no longer able to get away with my lies, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the things that I wanted to do or like make good on some of the promises that I've made to some people. Where this Empress is feeling like they've been able to protect what's important to them and acknowledge that they deserve real love, not just somebody who really likes to spend their money, you know? All right, let's get a few from, oh no, what is it called? Oops, sorry guys. I was stuck up higher up on the live chat and didn't see the other people coming in. Who did I miss? Hello, Coral. How are you doing? Hello, Lotus. Hello, Makla. Oh, I'm so glad, Tiana. I hope it goes well. Hello, Dana. How are you doing? Hello, Zats. What's up? Hello, CeeLo. Hello, Soul. Hello, Billy. That's generous. I'm glad to hear that, Coral. All right. You guys, what is this tarot deck called? Oh, I feel so bad. I think it's Univercat. I think. You can call me out if you notice that I'm wrong. It's happened before. At least a few times. All right, what else do we need to know about this breakup? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, it's definitely about money. I do think someone's about to get some nice money here. And I feel like the relationship ends before the, like, irresponsible or dishonest one is able to get any of it. I think someone is saving a nest egg or is able to prevent thievery, you know, spending money in a way that they would not approve. And it could be in part because this Empress was keeping a little bit of a secret of their own. Maybe they did not tell the King of Wands the details about this money or when it was going to be paid out or that it was going to be theirs at all. We have the Hermit in the reverse and the Three of Swords in the reverse. I feel like this is somebody who was a little bit cautious about talking about any money coming in, maybe even squirreling away some money to be able to walk away from this person. Two of Wands, Eight of Cups, Three of Cups, and the Fool. So if you're not going to be honest, if you're not going to be straightforward about what you've been up to, where you're going, who you're talking to, how you're spending that money, what's going on, like, I'm gonna walk away. I don't think the King of Wands believed it, or the King of Wands themselves said, if you keep asking me, I'm gonna walk away. And this Empress was like, okay, bet. How are you gonna pay your car note? Where you gonna live? I don't really like when people throw that in people's faces in a breakup, but let's keep in mind that this is someone who has been spending someone else's money and lying about it and missing opportunities to be honest with somebody that they apparently promised they would be honest to. Three of Cups and the Fool. Yeah, you guys, just more and more, this is looking like somebody who was stepping out. You know, it could have been somebody who was like gambling, or I promised to quit smoking, or I promised to like, but I see some irresponsible flirtations. And King of Wands in the reverse is the person most likely, I would say King and Queen of Wands in the reverse are the ones most likely to be unfaithful. I did say in the reverse. Hello, First, how are you doing? Hello, Nat, how's your day? Hello, Martin. Hello, Radisha. That's funny, Sets. Hello, Cozy Cat, how are you doing? Hello, Gavin. Hello, Steven. So we've got the Four of Swords in the reverse, the Seven of Swords, and Temperance in the reverse. So I thought that I was going to be able to continue to lie and hide my activities and nothing would happen without trying to repair things with the person who may have had the bank account or, you know, the money that I enjoyed spending. And now we've got with Temperance in the reverse. I feel like this is saying, now I've been kind of like cast out. Now I don't have access. My credit card has been cut up. You know, like, Five of Wands. Two of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Nine of Wands. I'm proud of you. This Empress, we have this Queen of Swords, boundaries, right? I'm not going to let you in. I'm not interested. Defending what's yours, or perhaps negotiating who gets to keep what if this is a divorce and a division of assets. Five of Wands, Two of Pentacles. This King of Wands is going to do whatever they can to get every last dime out of you. Even if the court doesn't seem to really like tolerate this person. This is someone who's not used to taking care of themselves, okay? They expected you to do it. They definitely did not expect you to be okay with the relationship ending, whether you instigated it or whether or not you were just like, oh, did you say that you want to break up? Okay. Let me go get you a bag. Do you need one of those like fold out things where you can put the suitcase? You need that? Don't be petty like me. I just have too much fun with that. For entertainment purposes. We've got Death in the reverse, Ace of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. I didn't think you'd actually like leave. I thought you would come back. I thought you were just being dramatic. Can you drop off some cash? Can you DoorDash some food to me? This is someone who really thought that they could make you feel guilty for wanting to know the truth or feeling entitled to a relationship where you would be partners. This is someone who wanted to be like disconnected, but still be able to have access to the lifestyle that they wanted. But now they're realizing that you're not coming back around. What did they really offer? You know? I'm just going to say that for some of you, this could be about somebody who is looking to you for emotional support. It doesn't have to be about money. I feel like that is the large majority of you. For others of you, this is somebody who really was just like trying to improve their life based on you and the attention that you gave them. All right. Let's start with the personal readings, shall we? We've got Lisa with a general reading for work and family. Hey, first, these are tarot cards. Hello, how's it going? Rachel. I hope you're having a good day. So hold on, let me be more intentional here. I was greeting people. For Lisa, what does Lisa need to know with regards to work, please? Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. And the Nine of Wands in the reverse. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Okay, I feel like you are a high value in a questionable location right now. There is turbulence ahead in the industry or in your particular company. Let me write these down real quick. Dana. Oh, my family. I know about my relationship with Vaughn. All right, thank you, Dana. I've got that for you. And thank you, Nat. Any surprises for February? It happens. Yeah, so I would say that you are probably feeling tempted, Lisa, to head in a different direction. And I feel like you do have the kind of skill set where you can apply it elsewhere. So just as an example, if you were selling services effectively, but those services are becoming less common, or the management, whatever has changed in the industry. Now maybe you're going to sell more on like the product side, right? There's something here about switching. What you know and understand about this is still relevant, but you can apply it elsewhere. And I do feel like there's going to be, you know, some reframing, maybe altering a resume or getting some, what's it called, references from people in different parts of the company about how you integrated with different teams or how you anticipated problems that could impact multiple departments, things like that, right? And I feel like you're going to be able to demonstrate that you know how to create a smooth oiled, what is it? Well-oiled machine? Yeah. Smooth running operation. I think that's where I was going with that. Even if it is at first quite challenging or different. So it's not going to be, you know, here's everything that you want in a job and it's the first thing that you find. But I do feel like you are able to get the right contacts. Yeah, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. To me, oddly, this is talking about inbound and outbound. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like I've been focused on this, but it means I understand how important this is, right? And I also work very closely with people in that sector or in that area. Hello, Gnostic. How are you doing? Hello, Mark. What's up? Let's see what we've got with regards to family. There's an ending here, and it could be about associations or work. And it's causing some stress. We have 3 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 2 of Wands, and the reverse. This is saying there's a need for some support here for somebody who has gone through a loss or some frustration. Someone who feels like they don't have the same sense of belonging or connectedness. But with the 2 of Wands, I feel like there's a different path or something else that's going to work out. So this is like, you just need to like, the way I'm seeing it is like an intermission between 2 shows. I know it's usually an intermission in the same show, but it's like, this thing has ended. This isn't, you know, around anymore. And it's really sad to say. It could be like the passing away of a pet, for example. And what are we going to do in the intervening time? Distractions or projects, things that are important, right? Hey, let's do this. Let's organize that. Let's build that. And then we have this new chapter, right? So come up with some creative ideas on what like you can have for that intermission, basically. Okay. So have a lot of fun. Do what you can to connect with that person, right? And I feel like it's going to build really special memories, but also enable you to feel like you handled things well, even though it's a difficult situation. And I am so sorry you're going through that. I have also encountered people at hospice that are incredible. So I hope you have that experience as well. Very caring and considerate people. All right, let's see. We're going to go with the Egyptian Tarot. And Lisa, I wish you luck with all of that. Pri, we've got you up next. Then it's Dana and then Nat, by the way. Let me know if I forgot any new ones. Nope, looks like I got it. Okay. Hello, Spiritual Healer. How are you doing? Oh, you're so welcome. So for Pri, we've got, should we continue as now or move back to previous location? Should Pri move back? Let me ask the question. Should Pri move back to the previous location? No. there's something that would be considered a loss if you went back there. This could be like, you know, the money that you have where you currently are is worth less where you go. For example, if you move across the United States or even across a state line, you're going to notice there could be significant differences in terms of how much money you get for a house you sold. Like, how much will you actually get in a house in that other state, right? There's something here about things being disadvantageous financially. Pri, let me just write down this question real quick. Hello, Sargab. How are you doing? What did X situationship think or feel of my New Year's Eve trip? Awesome. I've added that. Thank you, Sargab. So Pri, this is something where it feels like the current location is at least better than the previous location. Is there something that needs to be done regarding the current location? I feel like there's information that needs to be like looked up or requested, maybe from, you know, person who knows the property well. Maybe there's something with regards to education or certification, but I feel like there's information here that's missing. You have the sun in the reverse. So this would improve the current location situation. It could. This looks to me like you find out information that's really important, you bring it to someone's attention, and they have to choose whether or not to act on it. This could be like telling someone that your salary doesn't meet the market average for your title, right? If you've been working for a company for, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and you're you haven't really seen any raises or promotions, and you look at what people in your title in your area, right, in your city, town, whatever, see what they're getting paid, it's probably going to be higher than what you have if you haven't been getting a raise. And oftentimes these conversations can be a little bit frustrating because people don't really like to pay more for the same thing. So there's something here about making sure you understand the numbers behind it, the values, your value, all of these things. And I feel like you can improve upon the current situation. All right, let's see what we've got for Dana. This is the Morgan Greer. Hello, Tandy. Hello, Rukia. How are you doing? Hello, Hi Fish. I am doing personal questions right now, and you can tip or donate to prioritize it. All right, so we've got Dana up next. How will the family find out about a relationship with mom? This feels to me like picking up on argument or frustrations between the two of you. So like if you were to, I'm trying to think of a good example. Let's say you work at a company where they have multiple branches or locations, and one day they say, hey, we know you normally work out of this location, but we're really short-staffed over here. You should go work over there. And when you get there, even though you have just met these people, and maybe you've only been there for 30 minutes or an hour, you can already tell these two do not like each other. These two, like the way they talk to each other is like they would rather be like punching each other out in the parking lot. There's something here with regards to energy shift or frustration between people. It doesn't necessarily mean this is between you and Bond so much as figuring out if these two people are mad at each other. Maybe the reason is because of these two people. So I do feel like it's observational. Someone gets a little bit curious, and it could be while visiting someone's home, or talking about someone's living situation or marital status, right? So some people don't have as good a poker face as they think they do. And some people really struggle to contain that emotional energy. So it's not so much that someone says anything, so much as I can see that there's something wrong or something that these two people are frustrated about. Let's see what we've got. Dina, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Let's see what we've got for Nat. Are there any surprises in February for Nat? Oh, I'm so sorry, Amy. You're welcome, Pri. Hello, WWE. How are you doing? All right, what are the surprises for Nat in February? Two of Wands, Emperor in the reverse. It's two surprises. Three of Swords, the Moon. Hold on, it's weird. I don't normally do it like this, but it's like guiding me to separate them out into two piles here. Okay, let me cover this. So this feels like something that's already in motion. This first surprise is something that you're told is not going your way, something that you won't be getting, something is not feeling right. What I'm seeing is like, because I like to paint, when you start a painting or a project and you have it so clear in your mind and then you're trying to like actually apply it to a canvas and it's just not looking like you want to do, and you're like, why aren't you being what I want you to be? That's what this is coming through as, is there's a situation where you're like, I thought this was going to be better, or I thought I knew how this was going to go, and now I'm not. It's going to feel like it's a lot more complicated, but I still feel like it's going to go towards the outcome that you wanted. It's like you have to go through a stupid maze first, and then you get what you want. So patience. But the surprise is something ending up better than you expected, or you were thinking it was going to be an ending or a rejection, but it's not. And then we have the Three of Swords, the Moon, and the Four of Swords in the reverse. So this is a less amazing surprise in February, and it looks like we've got somebody here who has broken your heart or hurt you or been, deceptive towards you. This person showed you two different sides, and I feel like for a long time maybe love bombed you or made it seem like everything was amazing. You're gonna get some sort of, maybe you like actually see this person, or maybe they try to contact you, maybe somebody just tells you what they know about this person. But there's going to be an update here that confirms for you that this person has not been doing the healing that they need to do, and that it was a good thing for you to keep your energy to yourself or not connect with this person. And then with the Four of Wands in the reverse on the other surprise, this is that instability. It's going to be helpful for you if you have a more positive outlook, even when it seems misguided. So if you are certain that something is going to go horribly and you don't put that little extra effort into it, you're doing yourself a disservice. I'm not telling you to like be obsessed with things that can never happen for you, but if there is a 25% chance that something goes your way and you can do something to make it a 35% chance, do that thing, because I feel like that's a benefit for you. All right, let's see what we've got for Sarya. We're gonna we'll go with the Rider Waite, or Waite Smith. Thank you for helping, Rachel. All right, so we've got, what did my ex-situationship think of my New Year's Eve trip? Eight of Swords, the Moon, Ace of Cups, and the reverse. I think this person clicked off. I think this person may have gotten a glimpse of what was going on. But then it's like, don't show me. I don't want to see. I don't want to know. La 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 la. Was the reaction. I don't want to know. I have memories of this person that I'm trying to, you know, preserve or not think of. And I don't want to think about who else might be interested or how much fun's going on out there. It's like, silencio. Quiet. Don't want to know. So is this person, like, missing? This is someone who's trying to be, like, solitary. King of Pentacles. Focused on money, focused on work, focused on domestic affairs, like, you know, landscaping. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. They're trying to, like, ignore feelings. This is why it's like, I don't want to see it. So definitely a possible jealousy vibe here. Hanged Man in the reverse. I don't want to see you differently than how I remember you. I don't want you out there, like, meeting new people or being happy without me. So just, like, blinders, sadly. All right. I'm going to see if we've got a message for Amy, and then I think I'll call it a day. Hello, Renata. How are you doing? Hello, Tamor. Hello, Super Monkey. What do we have? It's Amy, right? What do we have for Amy? Page of Swords, Six of Cups in the reverse. Five of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Five of Swords. So I do feel like there was some encouragement from somebody to do something ill-advised, going back to old or immature behavior. There was a choice, there was a plan, and I feel like the choice, how do I say this? So did this person lie about what the choice was? No. I feel like there's some sort of lie here about who else was around. It's making it more complicated. Five of Wands in the reverse. I feel like this wasn't supposed to be his situation. Does this mean someone else was arguing? Yeah, I do feel like there's someone here who got upset, and I feel like things got out of hand. But I feel like mostly someone was quiet or reserved in this situation. And maybe, I don't know, maybe should have said something. We have the Four of Cups, someone who felt rejected. So maybe a little bit, seems like somebody was not able to, like, just kind of like calm down and relax, you know? Let me see what I've got for you, Sarka. Thank you, spiritual healer. Will I get married and have kids next year or soon? Sarka would like to know, will I get married and have kids next year or soon? Yes. I feel like this year is a year of transformation and gets you into the right place. perhaps with the right person. So this is like, I'm trying to think of a better way to say it than that. This is like the Rocky montage, you know, like he's preparing for the big fight. I can't really talk. You guys are so mad at me. I haven't really seen like all of Rocky. Don't hate me. I know about the like running up the stairs thing. I know like montages are always like compared to Rocky. There's something here about you getting things sorted, and it puts you in a spot where somebody sees you as like ideal partner. Ace of Cups, Four of Swords, and the reverse. So you don't want the love to show up and you be unprepared, right? It's like if you get a visitor and they show up before you were able to like do your hair. So make sure you're addressing the things that you would want to have addressed before you got into a serious relationship. But I do feel like the number 9 is important. And there is going to be some significant change here that draws in this new love chapter for you. I don't think you have long to wait, but you can kind of pull the strings on that if you work more diligently on what you need to. Ooh, let me get one for Dana. Does my dog Leo secretly dislike Bond? Ooh. Does Dana's dog secretly dislike Bond? Yes. Leo does not like the dog. Or Leo does not like Bond. Lovers, Star in the reverse, and the Queen of Swords. This is trying to be protective of you. Your dog's picking up Star in the reverse. Hence the feel like I have to protect you. But has maybe also grown a little bit frustrated with you, feeling like you keep walking around something that's dangerous. How am I supposed to protect you like that? I do think that your dog is a good judge of character. And feels like Bond puts you in a different energy. Leo doesn't like it how your energy changes when you're around this person. It's not even just Bond's energy. So that's, I think, the biggest part. You're welcome, Sargab. Hello, Mellowed. All right, y'all, I'm going to leave it there. I love you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able to.